Hey folks, Arizona guy here. It is the 4th of June, 2022, Biden-Harris America. Today in Phoenix, it is 100 degrees. And there's no breeze or anything. It's pretty warm today. So folks, what's happening today? Do you like the utter corruption that's going on in America? Can you believe that Michael Sussman, Hillary Clinton's attorney, had an office inside the FBI headquarters in Washington, D.C.? Now, why would a Clinton attorney need an office inside the agency of the FBI? If that isn't blatant and utter corruption, I don't know what is. And then he gets off for lying to the FBI? Does anybody else get off for lying to the FBI? I don't know, folks. The corruption is so blatant, it doesn't seem like anybody would get by with it. But when you have a law office inside the agency of the FBI, what really is going on there? There must be something really going on there in plain view. Clinton attorney working with the FBI? I don't know, folks. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's not the government I want to see in America. And on another note, you got this guy, I believe his name is Matthew Sinellick or something like that, from the state of Florida, who has been arrested for making threats against Lauren Boebert of Colorado. I mean, threatening to shoot and kill her. This is how vile and nasty the left is. This guy is a self-proclaimed liberal, and they're just vile people, making all these nasty threats against what is she, a congresswoman from Colorado, Lauren Boebert. Just made vile threats and statements. Unbelievable, folks. And, you know, this stuff happens every day. And usually, law enforcement, because the people are on the left, usually in the past, they've chosen to do nothing about it when conservatives or Republicans get threatened. Usually they don't do anything about it, but in this case, I guess because she's a congresswoman from Colorado and the threats were so vile that they actually did something about it this time. And I think he was making these threats on Twitter, and Twitter certainly wasn't banning him or anything. I don't know, folks. There's just such a huge double standard in America when it comes to the left and the right. It's appalling. I mean, the January 6ers are still in jail. Nobody's really doing anything to get them out. They didn't do anything wrong. They entered the Capitol building, which certainly hasn't ever been a crime. I mean, that building is ours. That building was bought and paid for and still is by Americans' tax dollars. I mean, we work and pay taxes to support that building. So why is it a crime to enter that building? It's our building. And when you have Capitol Police opening the barricades, telling people to, hey, come on in. How is that committing a crime? You were basically invited in by Capitol Police to visit the building. It certainly was no insurrection of any kind. If the Capitol Police had left the barricades up and secured the building, and if Nancy Pelosi would have done the appropriate thing and got the National Guard troops to patrol in Washington, D.C. like Trump asked for, there would have been no insurrection. So, I mean, who's at fault here? Is it the people being invited in? Is it their fault that they entered the building? The doors were unlocked and open. It's not like they went up there with pry bars and pried the main front doors open. None of that happened. I mean, these people were invited in, and they're still in jail because of the Democrats. And I don't see any real strong Republicans making any headway on getting them out. I mean, Louis Gohmert and Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert, they all went there and visited and whatever. But folks, nothing's been done. These folks are still sitting in jail. So I guess the Republicans have no power at all to get them out. It's a sad state of affairs, folks. I wish I had something positive to go over with you. The only positive thing that looks like it's going to happen is Dr. Oz. Looks like Dr. Oz actually won the vote to be in the primary. And that's all fine and well, But is Dr. Oz actually a conservative like we want him to be? He's a doctor. What's his stand on the Second Amendment? That's what I want to know. And then he has to win in the primary anyway. It's only a primary. I mean, he won to be on the ballot for the primary. Okay. Will people elect him in the primary? These are all questions that need to be answered. Will Dr. Oz turn in to be a rhino like Lindsey Graham? Lindsey Graham, like I told you yesterday, he's all willing to jump up and vote yes on all Joe Biden's anti-gun, the new laws that he wants to propose. Lindsey Graham is just chomping at the bit. Chuck Grassley is another one. He made a statement that it's time that the Republicans do something about guns. Well, Chuck Grassley knows the facts of the case. He knows that the gun didn't commit the crime without a human being behind it. Why isn't Chuck Grassley trying to do something to promote the help for mental illness, rather than saying he is all for voting for Joe Biden's new gun laws? See, folks, the country's in chaos. And if we don't speak out, if we don't make our voices heard, it's only going to get worse. Anyway, folks, that's what I got for you today. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Give the video a like. Give me suggestions on what you'd like to talk about. Leave me a comment. Arizona Guy.